So guys, we've been picked up by my good friend Muthanna, right? Yes, that's how you pronounce it? Yes. Muthanna here. And he's actually a lecturer of history. One second. So loud here in Iraq. But I like it. Reminds me of India a little bit actually. So he's I was saying he's a lecturer of history, so we've actually found the perfect person to take us around. He's taken us to, actually I was going to say as well that Muthanna has offered to take us around completely free of charge. He's really trying to revive tourism, like bring about tourism in Iraq. So him and several other people on Facebook have been extremely helpful. What would you say to people who are afraid to come to Iraq from the West?
You know, maybe the media show us or show Iraq in a bad way, or there is a war and killing. There is nothing of this. You know, we are here, so, the people in Iraq are so friendly, and we love tourists to come here and take a tour in our cities and show them the heritage and the history we have in Iraq, and maybe the food.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
you can check the food, Iraqi food. You know, it's so delicious. You can take the dolma, bacha. You know, there is so many kinds of foods in Iraq, and it's so delicious.
I was gonna say
you can come and check it.
You have to come yourself, really, yeah, and it's become so easy now. You can get a visa on arrival. And also another thing is, honestly, like I feel like if you haven't eaten the food of Iraq, you're really missing out. We're heading towards the oldest part of the cemetery right now. Yes. And when we get there, we'll show you guys some glimpses of the place. But this is the largest cemetery in the world. Yeah. So this is a body actually being taken right now.
That's one.
To be buried here.
Yeah.
But our driver actually knows Gujarati because he actually studied in Aurangabad in India. He did his masters there. Yeah. So I'm gonna. You can tell us a few words in Gujarati.
Yeah, I know. Kemcho, Maza Macho.
Oh, that's amazing. Do you know what they mean?
Yeah. Hi. How are you?
And Maza Macho means?
I'm like, good. I'm
good. Yeah. So this guy's like multilingual. So he knows Arabic, English, Gujarati, maybe Urdu. He can read it.
Yeah, so, I can read Urdu.
So he's got our,
you know, not that much.
So our guy has got a lot of talent.
So,
these tombs.
Yeah.
So they're like some of the oldest tombs here.
Yeah.
And you can tell because of the way it's built.
Yeah.
They've one also got that material over it, haven't they? Like to preserve it, maybe.
Yeah.
Wow. It's just so like jam-packed. Like there's so much going on here. Like all the graves are so close to one another.
Because you know the place, why people they put them dead here. They put them near to Imam Ali Shrine because it's a holy place.
Oh, okay. So they want to be as close as possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
These people that we see here, selling these water bottles, they live on the ground.
If you want to talk someone of them,
I can.
I would be happy to translate for
you. That'd be awesome. So our guide Muthanna has actually said that he'll get some of these people to talk to us who live on the grave. Oh yeah. So could you first ask him to introduce himself, just his name and background, everything?
ابو علي ممكن يعني بس تحكي لنا عن نفسك، انت شنو هنا تشتغل وش اسمك؟
نشتغل بالمقبره، نبني قبور، ندفن جنايز، نسوي يعني قمريات للعالم للزوار.
من ايش وقت انت هنا؟
انا صار لي تقريبا 10 سنوات.
He's working here since 10 years and he's you know, building graves, building what you call this one, like this one. Sorry,
these new structures.
Huh? Tombs. Yeah. He is building tombs.
Also, how does he make his? Does he live actually in the graveyard? I mean, in the cemetery.
يعيشون هنا بالمقبرة؟
لا.
اكو ناس هنا يعيشون بهذا المكان.
شيء قليل يعيشون هنا.
كم واحد يعني كم
عام؟ لا
بس شفنا بالاعلام ذاك اليوم طلعوا.
اكو قريبه على باب الطوس هناك. هناك بالقديمه، يعني هنا ما فاحنا هنا نشتغل حدنا مثلا كلش 12 بالايام الخميس الجمعه
12 بالليل؟
لا 12 الظهر حدنا بالايام العاديه. الجمعه الخميس نبقى للعصر لان بيها الزوار تجي وهاي.
زين وين مكانك؟ وين تعيشون؟
بيتنا بالحولي.
بالحولي.
صف الملعب النادي.
He's not living here. He's from another neighborhood from there, and he's working here till 12 p.m. بزيارات شو وقت؟
زيارات
تكون.
هنا.
And in the holidays they stay here till nights, and maybe another day they stay here just for selling water, digging graves and building graves.
How does he feel about his job here? Does he like it? Does he?
شنو شعورك انه انت تشتغل بهذا المكان، يعني المكان هذا
احنا يعني شعور الموت مقابلك واحنا متعودين يعني شعور
يعني دائما ان انت تتذكر انه هذه الحياة فانية مهما يكون.
طبعا ايه طبعا يعني جاي نلاحظ احنا.
He say that he's working here. When he work here, he see the dates, and that reminds him of the last day or the judgment day, and he's concerned. Put this in his concerns.
Thank you. شكرا والله شكرا. What is he selling? What is he selling here? What are these? Water
for washing graves.
Oh, washing graves.
Yeah,
okay.
the family when they come to their relative, they love to wash the graves and maybe read the Surah Al-Fatiha for them, and just to make them feel like the relative are near to them, and they remember them.
Amazing, amazing. And these are just like scents, like smell.
Yeah, smell. It's called
My word.
It's perfume, some kind of perfume.
They put this near.
They put on the graves.
Amazing.
Just to make a good smell on the graves.
So welcome to Najaf Cemetery. Well, this cemetery is actually called Wadi As-Salam Cemetery, and it's the largest cemetery in the world. And basically there's around 80 million bodies buried here. You can see this is only like a small part of it here that goes all the way across there, but it's got 80 million bodies here. And I think it was like in the Iraq war, 2003 to 2011, in between that time when the Americans came here, there was like 200 to 250 bodies buried here daily. And our guide Muthanna was telling us that was also, someone's just like put their thumbs up. Our guide, it's actually really easy to vlog in Iraq. I'm actually surprised. So our guide Muthanna was basically telling us that in the time of the ISIS, they actually had like let me try and go to like an area where I can walk and show you actually the actual graves here. So I was going to say that basically in the time of the ISIS, he saw this with his own eyes, that they were so busy here when they were burying the bodies, because like people were kind of like killed by ISIS in different parts of Iraq, and they used to get brought here to be buried because a lot of people want to be buried here because of the significance of the place. And he was telling me like it was so busy here that you couldn't exactly walk around here at all because of how much, like how congested it was. It's just amazing, like constantly as you walk there's like graves upon graves upon graves, and it's like non-stop. And like you can see here as well, all the graves, because there's so many graves around here, they're all so like close by together because there's very less space here, so they just want to make sure that they get everybody in, because a lot of people have that desire to be buried here, so they try their very best to make sure that they get. Well, Assalamu alaikum. That was scary. So yeah, I'm just gonna walk around here and then walk back to the car because our guide's waiting. So there's actually a lot of people that work in the graveyard as well, the cemetery. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Everyone's like incredibly friendly here. Honestly, I'm loving it. Like everybody that I've met here has been extremely friendly, like genuinely friendly, not like exaggerated friendly. Yeah, one thing I was going to mention is that as you're walking, look, I'm walking in the largest cemetery in the world, in Iraq, in one of the most holiest places according to Shia Muslims, and like literally nobody stops me from vlogging, nobody says anything to me. In fact, they welcome you, and really want to kind of bring to attention the fact that I don't need a guide. I don't need anybody to show me around. I know I've got that guy showing me around. I know I've got Muthanna showing me around, but if I didn't call him, it would have been completely fine for me to walk around here and just you know, visit any place in Iraq by yourself. I've been to every single place I've been by myself in a shared taxi. Once or twice I've taken a private taxi, but I've not been with a tour guide. I've met people when I've got there, so it's just incredible. Assalamu alaikum. So yeah, like I said, just walk past people. I bet I don't know if they like find it really weird and strange that there's foreigners here recording, but they welcome it very much. They don't really have an issue with it at all. So yeah, some of these graves here are like 100 years old. Some of them are like maybe, I don't know, 1,000 years old. But as you go further on and on, you can find older and older graves. And there's graves here actually from 1,300 years ago, 1,200 years ago. So it does get very, very old. I think I'm going to start making my way back now towards our guide, because it's probably been a little while since I've been out here by myself. But yeah, Iraq's open now for tourism. I think last year in March 2021 they actually introduced a visa on arrival kind of scheme, where countries such as UK, Canada and various countries such as UK, New Zealand, Australia, I think it's America as well, USA, and I think there's like 70 countries, I could be wrong, there's like 70 countries that are actually allowed to visit Iraq, where you can actually land in Baghdad and you can land in like Basra and various other places. I don't know what this car's doing here. Yeah, you can just land and you get a visa on arrival. So when I landed, I just got a visa on arrival for like $75, which is like 50 quid I think, and that allows you to visit the country, I think, for around 30 days. So they just like kind of put something in your passport and you're good to go. You can explore the country however you wish, with a tour guide, tour agency, or by yourself. So I think I don't want to make our tour guide wait for too long, so I'm going to walk back this way so you can get a view of this side as well. But I'm literally walking, and like I've probably seen like 1,000th of the entire graveyard here. I've not seen hardly anything. So Assalamu alaikum. Bi khair. Alhamdulillah. So yeah, faced hostility from like vlogging in various other countries, but never once did I think that in Iraq I'd be free and open to record how I want. It's incredible. The reality is that in Iraq, a lot of the people in Iraq, they feel as though, like, my perception is that Iraq's a place that has been given such a bad, unfortunately, such a bad image on TV, that in the West our mindset has become that whenever you mention the country Iraq, you conjure up kind of like really bad images, false notions. But the reality is that just 1 second, I think I'm getting a call. Assalamu alaikum. I'm sorry, I'm coming back now. I'm on my way. I just walked off a little farm. No, I will. I'm coming back exactly the same way. About 5 minutes I'll be there, inshallah. Sorry about the delay. I'm coming now. Thank you. Yeah, so my driver just called and made sure that I was okay. So yeah, basically, as I was saying, that yeah, so you conjure up all these like bad images when you're when you think about Iraq. But the reality is that, you know, you have to come to a place yourself and see the place itself if you really want to understand what it's like. So I was actually quite scared to come here at first, but honestly, like, I've come here since every day I'm starting to develop more and more love for the place. And the reality is that a lot of people, because Iraq has been given such a bad name. Assalamu alaikum. So these guys, actually, a lot of them, they actually get these water bottles and they fill them with water and they sell them to like visitors, because a lot of visitors like to come and like put water over the graves and wash the graves and stuff like that. So yeah, so because of these false notions that we have, we tend to like forget or don't even think about all the like heritage the place has. But it's not just foreigners. Our guide was telling us that it's even the locals that work here, I mean the locals that live here, they actually have no idea as well. So it's quite sad. Assalamu alaikum. They even don't know themselves that there's a lot of heritage here. Salam. That there's a lot of heritage here that they're missing out on, that they haven't seen. So yeah, I mean, slowly I hope that the country opens up, because they've got like the site, the Babylon kind of, the site in near Hilla, not far from here. They've got sites like this, the largest cemetery in the world. They've got Mosul up north, which has been given such a bad kind of reputation because of ISIS, but that has like incredible heritage, like Vashtabiya Castle and Hatra, the archaeological site, and places like various other places such as the Ur, where the Prophet Abraham was born. So I'm going to get back into the car now with my guide. I've made him wait for too long, so yeah, so let's get back into the car and see where we go next.
There,
if you can see over there, that's the is it the border of the cemetery?
Yeah,
the end of the cemetery. And then Muthanna's now taking us towards the Najaf Sea, which is just on this side. It's a place where people go with families for picnics and barbecues and stuff like that. Yes. So, and they go fishing there as well.
Maybe we'll take it in the future, yeah, to make tourism there. And
yeah, of course.
Yeah,
this place has huge potential for tourism.
Yeah,
but unfortunately, like, people don't really know that there's so much hidden in Najaf.
Yeah,
so people are missing out.
So many places are hidden in Najaf, exactly.
These are all people living here near the graveyard.
Yeah,
these are houses. So this is not the graveyard though, right?
No.
So you can see some of these ruins here. It's called Tarat. It's like, it's a heritage. It's part of the heritage
places.
So you're saying that people, because they don't know the kind of significance of these places,
exactly,
they want to sell the land,
and make graves. That's a graves.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So ideally they shouldn't be selling the land, right?
They don't. They
should just leave it free for people to use.
Yeah, it's not to use, but just to see, to watch these lands. It's a heritage places from history, from ancient history.
I understand. So the land in the cemetery is fine, but it's the land that's part of the ruins. You should just leave them alone.
Yeah, that's right. The name of Najaf in Arabic was called, name means sea.
Najaf means sea.
No.
Okay.
We will make it two parts. Najaf.
Okay.
Nay, it's a sea in Parisian language, and Jaf means comes dry. So become a sea who comes dry.
Sea becomes dry.
Becomes dry, yeah. It's called Najaf. So and after that we call Najaf.
So it's because of that sea that we're going to right now. That's an amazing, cool fact. So currently at Najaf Sea at the moment, and this area here is basically a hidden gem. Honestly, I didn't even know this place existed. And basically families come along here, sit down, have picnics, and they have sometimes barbecue, and sometimes they go swimming. But it's boiling for me, but apparently our Muthanna guide was telling us that people don't go swimming right now, even though it's like 32 degrees. People go swimming when it's like 40 degrees, right? 40, 45 degrees, because then it's a lot more, they can get a lot more cooler that way. But it's just amazing. You'd never think that you'd find a place like this in Iraq. And you've got the city of Najaf over there. So I'm really tired, and so is my guide Muthanna, and we're just going to call this video quits right now. It's been an incredible day. We've visited so many people and seen so many things, and I'm sure by now you've realized that Iraq is a very safe country to visit, and it's got a lot of heritage, a lot of places that you can visit. But I think my highlight from this entire trip has to be that graveyard, that cemetery. I just can't believe that there's that many bodies inside, and I can't believe that daily so many people are buried there. It's just amazing. So thanks for watching. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and switch on that notification bell button, so that every time I upload a video you can be updated. So thanks a lot for watching again. Assalamu alaikum.